Papua New Guinea got to be 1, 2, 3. Subul Babo, Taka and Tuna, they're coming down with 20 minutes to go. Here comes Babo Duama, but it's Subul Babo going to take the gold medal. Taka and Tuna second, Babo Duama. PNG, 1, 2, 3.
My name is Subul Babo. I'm from New Ireland. My sport is track and field, or in other words, we call it athletics. My event, I compete in 100, 200, and 400, but my main event is the 400.
Subul Babo, a standout athlete from Papua New Guinea, was discovered for his speed in soccer by his coach Jim Fern, who encouraged him to try sprinting. After his first trial on a synthetic track without wearing proper footwear, his determination led him to become both an Olympic and South Pacific Games champion, showcasing the transformative power of sports and the potential for success through perseverance.
I was given a scholarship to go and do my apprenticeship down in Australia, in a Royal Australian Naval Training Establishment, which is called Nirimba. And there, when I arrived there, the first year I joined up with the football team, soccer team from the college. And every time we train and we play, this coach, and every time he passes that field that we play soccer, he was trying to get my attention. And then one Wednesday afternoon, he came, stopped, asked my coach if he could talk to me. Suggested that why don't I go and try out the track. And my coach said yes. I can still remember my first 100 meter that I ran with them was 11:4. I ran away from his athletes, and he was very happy about me being to run that, but he was not happy with his athletes because someone from outside just came and ran a time and surpassed so that was the beginning of athletics.
One highlight of his career was the 1991 South Pacific Games, where he won gold and set a record of 46.77 seconds in the 400 meters, which still stands today.
I only started competing for the country in 1990. And then I came here in 1919 to Port Moresby, and I started competing and training under Naomi. And but the training that I took down in Australia was like that moment that took me to where I was here, when people in PNG realized that I had something in me.
Subul and his 4x400 meters relay team contributed to the record time of 3 minutes and 9.55 seconds, which qualified Papua New Guinea for the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona. It was a historic moment for the country.
You have to qualify to run the Olympics, so it's very, very tough. Us running that time in the 1991 Pacific Games, it was like we competed, we trained hard, and after running that time, we were like, oh, we are the first to be qualified by merits to take part in an Olympics, which is our standard. There is no one that has qualified individually to the Olympics as yet. In the track and field, I'm talking about track and field. Every time an Olympics comes, a big achievement for us individually and for the country too.
Pursuing athletics was not an easy journey for Subul. Throughout his athletic career, he faced numerous ups and downs, including periods of limited training, while stationed at sea during his time with the Defence Force.
The government does have a policy that says if you are a member of the public servant and you are representing the country in sports, they will allow you to train and they will allow you to go and compete. And I am thankful that the government does have that. And for me as a public servant or in the military, every time I ask for training, I'm released to go and train. And if I have a competition that is overseas, I'm pretty sure if I go and ask, submit my request to attend this, they will. So I'm thankful that the government does have provision for that. But when I left and went to public employment. That was the turning point. It was really tough. Sometimes my superior or my boss would say, why don't you go and play sports, don't come to work. So those are the kind of things. With the government, it was easy. And maybe that was one of the contributing factor to slowly coming down, and then I retired because I left the military.
Competing against stars like Ezekiel Watovo and Takale Tuna were intense as they had started training long before Subul.
Yes, it was really a challenge because Ezekiel and Takale were there some years before me, and they were the household name here in the country. And I can remember one time when my first competition, I competed with them in Rabaul, the Queen Elizabeth Park. It was a kind of a rivalry, and you could feel the tension in the crowd. You know, you beat someone of their, you know, a boy from there, and there was a little bit of a touch up there. But I mean, Rabaul in New Ireland is not far, so there was also my family status. So, but it was a challenging. I tried really hard to compete and try and beat them, but you know, they had the upper hand of me because they were there before me. But yeah, it was a challenge.
In 1997, Subul retired from competition and later returned to New Ireland, where he transitioned into coaching in the early 2000s. Being a mentor at multiple Pacific Games and guiding the next generation of athletes brings immense satisfaction to Subul, especially when watching his athletes compete on the international stage, knowing that he played a key role in shaping their journeys.
Yes, I left athletics somewhere around in the 2000. I tried qualifying for the 2000 Olympic in Sydney, and I didn't make the team. So I thought I tried to see if I can pick up myself and still run. I couldn't. So I decided, why don't I turn into give back to the young ones at home? And that's when the coaching bit comes in. Being an athlete and a coach, the challenge there, it's a lot different. But it's enjoyable being a coach. Very proud when they do well, and you see the results. You know, it's a different feelings. The pressure that you get being a coach, I think it's more than you become you when you were an athlete. That's how I see to myself. I experience. I'm always panicking when I'm seeing my athlete being run over or being beaten, and you know the hard work that we put on, and we're not performing.
Subul highlights that the 1991 South Pacific Games is one of his most cherished moments.
Competing in front of a home crowd, your family's there, your friends are there, they're watching you run, and you're doing very well. You ran some good times, national records, and you see your workmates are there, and they're all cheering for you, and that's something that really motivates us, and that's probably one of the reason why we did so well, because we were right in front of our relatives and friends, and you know, it pushes up another gear to compete really hard. And so the result for the 1991 Pacific Games was, I think, it's until today there is no other games. I still get this from comrades in other countries, that 1991 Pacific Games was still the best by far.
His advice to young athletes in Papua New Guinea who aspire to represent the country on the international stage is to work hard and remain dedicated to their training. He emphasizes that this commitment is the key to achieving their goals.
Once you know what you want, or what sports you want, or either sports or work, I think you have to commit to it, and dedication. You commit to it and dedication, meaning when it's time for training, it's time for training. You can't put something in before training. If it is 4 o'clock to the track, it's 4 o'clock to the track. Don't say, oh, I'll just go and visit my girlfriend first, and then later on I'll come. No, that's not how it works. The minute you start doing that, you will be fooling yourself back. And that's what I say, commitment to training and your discipline. In our communities, we don't have facilities that can boost us to rise up to the fame quickly, but we have to work hard, make our way up there, and like I just mentioned earlier, commitment to training, discipline, listen to instruction and follow instruction, humble yourself, and I think that can get you a long way. And sports nowadays, you can earn money from it, so if you put your thoughts into doing a certain sports that can bring you up and also help you with your living, why don't you do it?
Balancing family life with a demanding career while holding down a full-time job can be very challenging. However, Subul has always had someone special to rely on, knowing he can always fall back on him.
Sports are very challenging, just like you work. But I had people behind who supported me. Like I will mention here in records that when I was in Australia, I had a father there that I call, an Australian that I call, his name is Jim. He supported me all the way from Australia while I was there. He bought me shoes, he bought me everything. In training, he was there for me. And when I left, I came here, he was always behind me. And everything, I owe it to him. That was the main support behind me throughout my career as a sports. And you know, I would say I was lucky. There was a blessing from above that helped me to get me through these sports with support from them. And I'm thankful for them. Thank you.
Now being inducted into the Papua New Guinea Sports Hall of Fame, Subul is immensely grateful that his contributions have been recognized. As he is now being inducted into the Papua New Guinea Sports Hall of Fame, Subul expresses how he hopes for people to remember most about his contributions to athletics.
I've read and have heard about or seen on social media and all this about people being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and now I'm going to be one of them. I am very proud. I have contributed to the country in terms of an ambassador. I have represented the country well. I'm thankful that they have recognized my service to the country and to sports, Olympic committee and all the executive. Thank you for recognizing my effort as an athlete and now as a coach.
Subul Babo's contributions to athletics in Papua New Guinea have been nothing short of remarkable. Thank you, Subul, and congratulations on your well-deserved recognition with your induction into the Papua New Guinea Sports Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, inducted into the Papua New Guinea Sports Hall of Fame 2024, Subul Babo.